All right, Ley Lines game number 1. Top right is ByuN.
And in the bottom left, it's GuMiho.
All right, over under, how many proxy openings do we see in this series? Where it's like 2.
I'm going to say...
We'll set it at 2.5. So you got to say 3 or 4.
Okay, so I'm guessing whether there's more than 2.5 proxies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be fairly respectful.
Okay, so you say under?
I say under. I'll go with 2 proxies in this best of 7.
Okay, I'll go over. I'm going to say we get at least 3.
Okay.
All right. We'll find out. Gotta set those bets.
Yeah, I think I might start playing the Starcraft 2 campaign again tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah. Good idea.
Or Brood War first. Have you ever played that, oh, what's it called? The mod that adds the Brood War campaign to Starcraft 2?
Yeah. Starcraft Evo. Starcraft Evolution.
See, now that's
Oh, no.
It's not.
You're saying the campaign.
Yeah, I can't remember what that mod was called.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm like, well,
I think I've had some people bring it up before, but I think I've never actually played it.
Yeah, because I'm like, will I play actual Brood War, or will I play that mod, or will I just start at StarCraft 2?
I think just the plain old campaign's worth another playthrough.
Yeah, that's true. I think I've only played through the original StarCraft campaign like once, maybe twice.
Okay. Yeah, I did a brutal playthrough.
It was hard.
Well, I mean, not if it's on the easiest level, it's not. That's the thing.
Was there difficulty settings for the original campaign? I could not find them when I played. So I have no idea what difficulty I played on, but it was challenging for me.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. No, it's like, I don't know what they are, but there's crazy, crazy easy. And then there's brutal, when it tries to murder you, and then in between.
Dang.
I think it's at least 4 levels, yeah. Because for a while, people were doing a lot of brutal playthroughs of the campaign, and so...
You're talking about...
I did one.
Classic StarCraft.
Oh! I'm sorry, I thought you were
SC1.
talking about StarCraft 2. We're talking about StarCraft 1 this whole time?
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Goodness. Yeah, my bad. No! StarCraft 1 does not have difficulty settings. It is very much what it is. Yeah. Correct. And yeah, definitely some really challenging levels in there.
Yeah, like the final one, that was very difficult. Okay, we have got GuMiho building Marauders with Concussive Shell to back up his Hellions as ByuN comes in with his Reapers and Hellions, trying to get the jump on his opponent, but the attack does not look like a good opportunity. And once GuMiho shows his Marauders to potentially tag some of these units, that will be big, but he shows them Concussive Shell is not done in time, so the cat's out of the bag on that one.
All right, Medevac moves out from GuMiho. Hellions on the follow here. ByuN doesn't really have anything on the map to see this on its way out.
Yeah, he saw the Marauder, so he probably knows, and he does have a bunker done as a result. It's a very mature decision.
Bunker trying to hold on, doing its job in the early stages here. Really will not have any more value than it does right now.
Okay, GuMiho, realizing he cannot fight on that bunker, just elects to go around it. And seeing as how ByuN's army was split, that does provide him with opportunity. But as far as overall damage getting done, I'm not sure it's going to be too much as... Yeah, just about everything goes down. He really wanted that Cyclone, but he could not get it. And wow.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, the attack gets in there. Doesn't do as much damage as GuMiho wanted. And ByuN pulls it out on defense. Kind of a rare thing to see in StarCraft. Just hold an attack and then get the GG. But GuMiho was definitely had a lot of eggs in that basket and wasn't able to get it done. Didn't get as much damage as he wanted to, as you alluded to, and decided to move into game number 2 rather than try to play that one out. It is a best of 7, so you've got a lot of StarCraft ahead of us here.
Yeah, I don't blame GuMiho for GGing out there. Like, that was a big commitment. Yeah, and that, like, he was desperate because ByuN had a perfect defense set up there. He read the situation correctly. So the best thing would have been to go home and macro, but he did not choose to do that.
Definitely not. So looks like we're going to go to Whispers of Gold for game number 2 here. Again, a lot of StarCraft ahead of us. I think statistically dropping game 1 in a best of 7 decreases your odds by a bit, but nothing nothing really series ending here. Okay, looks like we're heading in. We've got Whispers of Gold. No promises of gold, just whispers of gold. There's rumors of gold here.
All right. In the upper left, down 0-1, it's GuMiho.
And in the bottom right, ByuN.
Yeah, go ByuN.
Is that a proxy I see?
Oh, it is. He's doing the single proxy again, it looks like.
All right.
Or no, double
Feeling
proxy.
good about my bet.
Now, does it count as 2 proxies if both players proxy in one game?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah, ByuN with that 2 gas as GuMiho's just starting his. Gonna be aggressive, and ByuN just really has no idea that it's coming at all. Man, he goes for a reactor here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's not gonna have anything when this first Reaper shows up. He is risking it so hard right now.
Yeah, oh no. Like, he'll have to pull SCVs against the first Reaper. And then get the 2 Marines
Not a good
out,
start.
But then there's going to be 3 Reapers. It's just not good. And yeah, no scout out of ByuN with this opening. Although he does fire up his own 2 Reapers. Okay, so...
Okay, that makes it interesting, at least.
Maybe he'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, they're here. There's nothing. As you said, got to pull the SCVs for this first group of Reapers to show up. An SCV goes down. Another one probably going to die before all is said and done. But no, the Reapers defensively pop out. 1 Reaper down, 1 for 1, and the first hit. But another Reaper pops in from GuMiho. Decides not to stick around too much, but at the very least going to comp down here. Maybe try to take down an SCV, but a Hellion shows up from ByuN, and he's in a fine position. Lost a couple SCVs. Still doing just fine here, and gonna maybe start and expand if he feels safe enough to. But dude, more Reapers in production by GuMiho. Not sure he should do that.
Yeah, looks like the game will just stabilize as each player has a CC going up. ByuN may go for the counter swing as he still is producing Reapers and Hellions.
11-5 army supply in favor of ByuN here. Those two Hellions providing a lot of firepower in a battle against just Reapers for GuMiho if it comes down to that. GuMiho floating his barracks in for a scout. Is that going to be an indicator for ByuN to move out? It looks like maybe he's poking.
Yeah,
Poking and prodding, just wants to make sure it doesn't get caught by surprise.
Yeah, he's being very safe, which I really respect, because I'm sure there's been times where he has moved out and then GuMiho's units have been sitting and wait. So, yeah, mature decision by ByuN not to go in. A bit unfortunate because maybe he's missing out on damage by not poking on the other side of the map, but like GuMiho's got a tank now, so that would have ended harassment anyway.
Soldier, I need you to shoot about 87 times at that floating barracks. We'll get it eventually. Sir, yes, sir. I mean, probably the most fun thing they get to do, right? The thing's not shooting back at him. It's a big target. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, how high up, like, what if that barracks is in space? How do their guns shoot that far?
I don't know. You can shoot down battle cruisers. I think they got it figured out. Like, pretty impressive stuff, honestly. Cyclone lands in Reaper Town, USA. Can still see her as ByuN and decides, never mind.
Gets a Reaper.
Too many Reapers for that.
Oh!
Siege Tank says, nope.
Mistakes.
Yeah, that
were
Cyclone
made.
pilot, he doesn't even know he's dead. Like, that is how fast that was. A little bit of Viking damage here. Okay, good win there by ByuN. Stims on the way from GuMiho. And just pumping out 3 Vikings at a time here is ByuN. Good golly.
Yeah, air control in TVT is so important. GuMiho goes for a movement with
no.
his Reapers, but that is not good.
Oh no. Nope. Terrible idea. Terrible idea there. ByuN's like, all right, cool. I just killed a bunch of Reapers. Let's move out. See what we can get done. 44 to 20 army supply. 46 to 50 workers. And ByuN taking a third base behind it.
Yeah,
Not
Vikings.
a crazy committal here, but is he going to go in? High ground siege tank problem, but 2 tanks will generally kill 1 tank.
Yeah,
depending on how you do it.
Now it's 4 Vikings against 4 Vikings, so it will be an even fight, it looks like. But now ByuN can push on in. There's only 2 tanks defending for GuMiho. ByuN pauses for a sec, sends in his Viking, so he has vision and gets the first tank shots off. That is so big, but his own tanks are injured. One of them goes down.
Yeah, Vikings providing that vision, but if your tank's not in range to hit anything, it doesn't really matter.
ByuN
Yeah,
didn't
what is
rally
this?
his Liberator.
Oh man, Liberator would be so huge right now, but it's on the other side of the map.
Yeah, things are still
High
going
ground siege
really,
tank
really
getting
good.
dealt with by trying to get friendly fire tank splash. Marines firing, and bam, it works out for ByuN. Takes the 2-0 lead in this best of 7. Now ByuN fans can breathe a little bit more easily. What a fantastic push out there with the third base behind it too, no less.
Hello, Rolex. ByuN goes for all in 2 starports. Hello, casters.
Hello. Yeah, fantastic attack there. Army value just cruising up. Workers active. He's even keeping up with workers. continuing to build SCVs there the whole time and just really outplayed GuMiho there. Losing those 5 Reapers on the other side of the map too could not have helped. So it looks like we're going to be on Amygdala for our next map here. Should be excellent. I mean, this is an important map. This is the map where if players end up going down 3-0 in a best of 7, it can be fairly demoralizing, but I believe in GuMiho here. GuMiho is very capable of pulling himself back in, going down 2-1, making this a series.
Yeah.
Again, he's the Talitaran. He's won some major tournaments in his time.
Yeah, he was down in the last series, wasn't he? So.
Yeah, definitely.
GoGo95 saying, when does creator ByuN play? Yeah, that already wrapped up a couple hours ago. And that's how we have ByuN playing. He made it to the finals.
Yeah. Great series. Went 5 games, but only one player could win. All right, bottom left of Amygdala. I think someone's ever named their kid Amygdala before. It's GuMiho.
And in the upper right, it is ByuN.
I'm fairly sure. Kid named Amygdala.
You think it would be like you'd name a girl that, because then you could just call her
Yeah.
Amy?
Totally. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so. I Googled it. I don't see anybody's ever done that before.
Ooh, GuMiho proxying once again.
Dude, I am so on top of this. So wait, is that 2?
That's 2. No,
All
that,
right.
yeah, that's 2.
No, wait. Yeah. I was getting all the TVTs confused. That's 2. So I just need one more to win the bet. Let's go. Let's go, the proxies.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if GuMiho has more success with this one. ByuN's build seemed actually pretty well tailored to deal with that opening. Just pull a couple SCVs at first, and then you have your own Reapers out, so. SCV Scout for ByuN. He is respecting the potential cheese by GuMiho, but not enough, as the SCV does not look for it, and he's just going to build a command center.
Oh boy. All right, man. Feeling as safe can be here, but sometimes safe is not as safe.
Yeah, it is wildly unfortunate this for ByuN. I think he's going to have to cancel the CC. I mean, we saw Bunny get his CCs canceled multiple times, so...
I
seems...
hope he was watching.
Yeah, I don't know if he was. He sends out his Reaper. It's sitting on the high ground, so like at least it's going to be in position to intercept, but GuMiho waits for 2. And now ByuN's going to have to micro back his Reaper. Does he toss down the grenade? Yes, he does, but GuMiho is on it. Quick jukes by ByuN to keep his Reaper alive at least.
At least SCV down, but can't do anything about that.
He went for a reactor behind this.
Oh,
and
factory
his Reaper
delayed.
is gonna get sniped.
Yes,
it
it turned around. Hey, that's what we're talking about. GuMiho does pull a little bit closer here, 2-1, with just what he's been doing all day. And I don't know that ByuN was watching the previous series.
It's TBT. You should know that proxies are a thing. He scouted. He just didn't scout enough. Like, it's tough luck of the draw.
I guess. But man, how many times has that happened? How many times has GuMiho done that today alone? It is several now in TBT.
He's a menace, that's for sure.
He is. I just would assume he's doing it, to be honest. Even if I don't see anything, I would be like, all right, GuMiho's proxying me.
Well, yeah, like build the CC on the high ground or something, but not that would have necessarily saved ByuN there, because...
Well, it would have helped a little bit. I guess the bigger problem was maybe the reactor racks.
Yeah, the reactor racks is the death sentence.
Blech.
Yeah, thanks
All right,
everyone for tuning in today.
Uh-huh. We're on Ultra Love for the next map here. Both players say they're ready. Both players ready to rock.
Okay, and here we are. With a proper series on our hands. In the upper right,
Indeed.
it is Rebellion's ByuN.
And in the bottom left, he's got a towel. It is GuMiho.
The Towel Terran.
That's him.
Whoa! ByuN makes a massive misclick at the start of the game.
What? How? What? How do you even do that?
Oh my gosh.
How? What do you hotkey for lift that you accidentally hit it right there?
I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. Wow.
Okay. Well, it's getting proxied. I win the bet because
he-
GuMiho is a proxy monster. He scouts it this time, which is nice.
Yeah, which SCV does he go for? He goes for the one that's on the racks that's closer to completion. We'll see if he can actually delay it at all. This does force GuMiho to pull another SCV, so okay, he's at least delaying the other racks.
I mean, that's a small win.
Okay, ByuN does have his other racks done. I think a little later than usual because of that CC lift.
SCV's fighting for ByuN real good here. Dude, that second Rax is really, really delayed now. Reaper pops out, so I mean, but look at this.
Yeah, ByuN.
First hit.
That is so
Oh man,
important.
he's never finishing that.
Yeah, no, he is not.
No, he's never finishing that Rax now.
ByuN's
awesome.
got
Good
a
stuff. This is the
CC.
difference between scouting and not scouting a proxy, man.
Oh, I know.
Wow, it's so much easier.
GuMiho's got his factory on the way because he went for the gas, but like ByuN's is not that far behind, and he's got a CC getting really up there and close to completing. So this is a great spot for the Red Terran.
Absolutely. It's the power of the proxy, man. If it doesn't get scouted, it can win you the game immediately. And if it does get scouted, suddenly you're like, "Ooh, okay, go back, macro, make a factory."
Right, yeah.
Wait, not that GuMiho doesn't have a follow-up to this, because of course he does. He does it enough that he's like, all right, if they scout it, here's the follow-up, so I don't die to the counterattack immediately. Reapers on defense, make a Cyclone. Love that. Barracks floating in for scouting. He loves using these racks for scouting.
He really does. Yeah, he sees the CC done, and he's like, well, that's not great. The Rax actually gets out of there. We'll see if GuMiho's going to play Bio or Mech this game.
Let's see how long before Interference Matrix gets kicked on out here for our Raven play. And there's the pickup. There's the boost. Nothing in the main base to deal with this at all. Raven going to pop out here, but not in time. Responding properly here is ByuN, trying to cyclone down the
Oh wow, he
He
gets it.
gets the medevac. I thought that was a waste of time. He totally picked it off. Amazing.
Yeah.
Now GuMiho's stuck in here.
GuMiho tried to micro that back, but was unsuccessful. Very, very solid defense by ByuN.
Wow, that range, bonkers. GuMiho has something to say about that.
Okay, who's got translate?
Let's see if I can do it here real quick. It reaches me, says GuMiho. Sure did.
Yep, it sure did.
Sure
Those
did
Cyclones,
reach ya.
they even surprised Terran players.
And then ByuN just responds, lol. There's that interference matrix getting research. Vikings for GuMiho, just sharking around the outside here of ByuN's base.
Yeah, GuMiho is playing mech once more. So producing lots of tanks and pushing towards his opponent. Loses a Cyclone, ouch. And then he's gonna go for a double tank push inside ByuN's main base. He does have air superiority. Actually, ByuN just has Ravens. He hasn't produced a single Viking yet. However, an auto turret on these tanks would completely shut them down. So ByuN comes from behind. There's one auto turret. There's an interference matrix to prevent the medivac evacuating the tank. Looks like another one of the Ravens does go down. So 2 dead Ravens for 2 dead tanks and a medivac.
Yeah, the Raven's very expensive spellcasting unit. It's not something you want to see. All right, ByuN says, time for me to move out for the first time today. Third CC. Oh, something took down the SCV building, and I'm not sure that ByuN recognized that happened. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now GuMiho gonna try and run circles around his opponent. Sieges up 2 tanks inside his opponent's main base. GuMiho, or ByuN, pardon me, has a tank in a very good position, though. Pulls SCVs immediately, so he will shut this down.
Only lost 2 SCVs? That's nuts. Also not continuing construction on that command center.
Oh, that is, like, that would be done already, so ByuN giving up a good chunk of his lead by delaying that.
Finally.
Like, ByuN is still in a good position, but it is not looking great. Well, it's not as good as it could have been.
All right, man. GuMiho's third base being built on location seems a little bit dicey. But he feels confident enough to give it a shot. I mean, ByuN hasn't really made it across the map under any circumstances yet in this game.
Yeah, this is the man of pure confidence. GuMiho is going for another double tank drop on ByuN's side of the map. This just may be greedy, borderline suicidal, moving out like this, but he's going to try and get a pick off or something, as he's got another tank sieged out on the map, but it's completely alone. And so GuMiho's greed may be getting punished a little bit. He's going to try to fly to these tanks to lock this position down.
And siege tanks getting some hits off there. Trying to run in with Marines and take it down. Absolutely not. Also losing his Viking to that battle. ByuN continues to push into this third base of GuMiho. SCVs have to run. There's one tank defending in position. Not going to save the command center. Has to lift off and run back. Both players losing tiny amounts of workers here. Nothing to make a huge difference. ByuN's advantage continues to be about 8 SCVs. Vikings land. SCVs have to take the battle into their own hands. They finally take it out. My gosh, Siege Tank versus Viking is hilarious, but Siege Tank wins and kills the SCV, trying to repair the Viking as well. But third base still not happening from GuMiho, and ByuN's third is fine.
Yeah, GuMiho's been making an effort, that's for sure, but yeah, he's throwing things at the wall to see what sticks, and nothing is really sticking so far. He's got nice Viking production, 4 at a time, and so he will continue to have control of the skies. His tank count is only 4, which isn't a ton. However, ByuN's production has paused a little bit. It's not like he's actively making bio right now, despite having 5 racks. He's just throwing up 2 extra starports because he's going to want control of the skies.
I mean, y'all want it, but yes.
Okay, GuMiho being aggressive again despite being the mech player. Rolls up into ByuN's base. He's got his Vikings very far across the map, but he's actually going to have nice success with that. Kills 2 Vikings of ByuN for one of his own, but there's Marines in the main, so he's not going to find ByuN's Vikings or anything like that. Random medivac out on the map. The third is locked down with tanks, kind of. Only 3 tanks. Okay, ByuN, who's been forced to stay at home longer than he'd like, is now moving out on the map with his bio. Lacking medivacs as he's been producing only Vikings, really, so that actually hurts him quite a bit, that this bio's stimmed and injured and not healing up. So he's going to have a tough time pushing into this location. Although, tanks sieging up on both sides. Vikings for GuMiho fly right on over, and ByuN takes the initiative with that fight. Tank for tank, but then this position is being shelled. And oh, look at this, a battle cruiser.
Hey, I saw the fusion core, and I thought it would just be advanced ballistics, but we do get a BC. Insane.
I did too. I didn't want to wish. But,
no, me neither. I was like, the number of times I've said, ooh, battle cruisers, and then it's not, it makes me sad.
Yeah, so this is a bit crazy by GuMiho, seeing as how ByuN is spamming out his own Vikings. And, well, Vikings are good against BCs, but GuMiho, he's going to try. Something to note is that GuMiho has got double armories, but he hasn't started any upgrade because he has just been, well, on a bit of a budget with how much he's been spending and throwing away, trying to maintain production to match ByuN.
Yeah, budget's a nice way to put it there. He is in big trouble. 94 to 68 army supply. ByuN is getting close to maxed out. He's going to find that bottom right base, shut it all the way down.
Yeah, that really hurts. Fortunately,
yeah, he needed every base he could scrounge up right now.
Fortunately, GuMiho is a smart Terran, and he has been producing extra command centers like a good meching Terran should. This battle cruiser is now going to fly out and start to clean up these siege tanks, and ByuN's got like 5 Marines here, but that's not enough. Oh, but
battle cruiser, but the Vikings go 2 volley, boom! You try to jump out, no, not allowed. Okay, wow, maybe no more battle cruisers. I don't know, man.
Yeah, GuMiho delayed Viking production in order to spit out a single battle cruiser, and now he's down on Vikings compared to ByuN. And seeing as how he's only got tanks and Vikings, if he loses the Vikings, that's it. And so, well, GG.
Saw the writing on the wall there, yeah. That poor battle cruiser, man. Took forever to train and build, and at the end of the day, bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Yeah, ByuN was out upgrading GuMiho like crazy. GuMiho had no upgrades for anything, armor or attack. He was working on a 1-1 there for the air, but he was so far behind. So it is a 3-1 lead now in a best of 7. ByuN looking good against GuMiho, who again has some really nice success here in StarCraft 2 over the last 12 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both these players are in pretty good form. GuMiho is, like, much more notable than he was in the past.
He's leveled up, I would say. Whew. So, GG's, man. John Solo enjoyed the ending of that game, as he should. Definitely entertaining.
The one battle cruiser did not perform well today.
No. Not when he's unsupported, and there are that many Vikings in the sky for the enemy. Good grief.
Yeah.
He was having such a good time murdering those Marines, and then all of a sudden, their big brother showed up, and I was like, oh.
Oh. Yeah.
Oof.
Both players are ready.
Mm-hmm. Did he call it Eldo? He did. He called it Eldo. I was like, what's El Dorado?
Yeah.
Ah,
Eldo.
Eldo. We're on Eldo here. We'll see if anybody takes that bottom area, or if that's just the venue of TVZs and Zerg players in general down there. They love being all up in the muck.
Yeah, we could have a TVT in which one player goes north, one goes south, kind of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's
That'd be fun.
ByuN.
Yeah, and guess what? He's blue, so he's GuMiho. You probably had that figured out by now. Man, I've been watching the anime Mob Psycho 100 with my daughter over the last couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really funny because, I mean, basically it's one of those shows where, like, you fight the enemy, but then you become friends.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's very anime trope. And so we're in, like, season 3, and my daughter's like, man, I hate this villain so much. I hope he gets killed. And I'm like, daughter, what happens in this show again to villains? And she's like, they make friends with them.
Oh.
She was so sad.
Hey, maybe they'll throw you for a loop and they will actually get killed.
Yeah, maybe. But, you know, when it's like the 5th villain and everyone's been making friends the entire time.
Well, they can't all be friends. That's not how the world works.
It's not how the world works. This is anime, sir. This is entirely made up. It's not a good life lesson, maybe. Always make friends with your enemies.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes
trying to make
sure.
friends is a good motto. But yeah, some people do.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't.
Like Protoss players, they're just the enemy.
I mean, I don't want to be too in agreement with that, but you know. Oh boy. So no proxies?
No.
I was kind of disappointed when he doesn't make one.
Okay, multiple Reapers for GuMiho with a Hellion. ByuN has his factory and reactor done a little bit later, but he does just fire up a Hellion and a couple Marines. I like the choice to go for the Marines on this map because there's not a ton of opportunity to get into the main with the Reapers or anything like that, and then your opponent just locks down the ramp and they're fine. So.
Ugh. Yep, true fact. My goodness, we're at 3 minutes and nothing's died yet in this TVT. What is going on?
GuMiho is looking to change that.
Yes, he is. He's like, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Falcon. There's 4 minutes, okay.
Let's see the positioning on this. ByuN does reposition, looking to block his opponent, getting up the ramp, but it is a lot of Terran for GuMiho. He's been non-stop on production, crashing the gates of ByuN, looking to get some damage. The micro is fair on both sides. That one Reaper is running. Marine is chasing. He does get it. Now he can poke the natural. However, a Cyclone is about to pop out for ByuN, so that should save the day.
Yeah, 2 Reapers and a Heli, not exactly a game-ending scenario, especially, as you said, when the Cyclone shows up. We're doing some fancy micro, but, yeah, end of the day, saving it there, and stalemate, I would say, end of the day, although sacrificing a lot to make that happen.
Yeah, GuMiho is down 4 workers as a result of the opening, and just didn't get enough done. Now, ByuN has the potential for some counter damage with this Cyclone that doesn't have a blue counterpart, so...
Yeah, get on out. Defending quite nicely. ByuN's got a tiny bit of a worker advantage here. Man, another interference matrix on the way from ByuN.
Ooh,
This is
nice.
by far the matchup that spell gets used the most. Holy cow.
Yeah, it is just not present in some matchups.
Yep. Although it is viable in every matchup. You can disable, like, Queens and Colossus and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw a Queen get disabled, to be honest with you. Although I have seen it before.
Yeah, it's very, very rare. Terrans just don't add that into the late game. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe that's what, like,
Ooh.
guys like, well, any of these Korean Terrans need to do against Rogue when he's doing his late game stuff. Because they always play late game and then they die, but they don't build Ravens. So maybe that's why they die.
Yeah, maybe it's all the Queens that are the problem. Yes, one Marine versus one Marine. No upgrades for anything. And cheating. Cheating. They were having a death, like a duel to the death. It was full of honor and glory. Then a siege tank poked his head in. Lame.
Okay, we're getting GuMiho playing Bio.
Hey, he decided, you know what? Gotta keep your enemies on your toes.
Yeah, and GuMiho's Bio is quite good, so we'll see what he's able to get done with this or not. ByuN actually scans to confirm its Bio, so that's actually quite a nice scan. Look at this vision wall of ByuN, like on the minimap. He's very worried about drops on Eldorado, understandably.
Understandably. Definitely should be worried. No drops there, thank you.
ByuN's got Marines parked outside GuMiho's base, maybe waiting for Stim before moving in, waiting for that base to saturate up a bit more, perhaps. Oh. Medivac gets caught and killed. Nicely done by ByuN.
Oh, no.
And Stim is done in 10 seconds, so this is going to be disastrous for GuMiho, who has not positioned a tank. He's moving some of his army now, which will help defend against this. Although that supply depot is really messing with the pathing.
That tank can't quite squeeze through there, huh?
Oh.
It looks like there's space, but there's not. Oh, man. Yeah, both players working on infantry armor upgrades. Combat shield, +1/+1. GuMiho's finishing up here fairly soon.
Yeah,
And
nice
bam.
little advantage there. However, he doesn't have combat shield started yet.
That's weird.
You got to start combat shield. I know you don't play Bio all that often, GuMiho, but that's a big one.
Did he forget?
I think he must have. Okay, does he realize now? Is he like, hey, Bio's fighting. Hey, he doesn't have combat shield. Hey, where's my combat shield?
Hey. My guys aren't carrying their visual representations of combat shield. It's not like you can. There's a visual icon, not an icon, but.
Man, our lizard brains just trying to be efficient are like, yeah, let's totally just ignore this important thing.
It's true. Like, it's always there. We're just gonna ignore. Like, just not gonna process that it exists. My gosh, he is not doing it, is he? He's not doing it.
Nope, he won't
He's working
until
on
they have a
2-2.
fight.
And then he'll be like, why did I die so easy?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, am I set to take this fight? No, I don't have combat shield. Oh, there it goes.
Okay, goodness gracious.
So now he's just gotta hang out for the next minute until that's done.
Not bad. It's not that long of an upgrade at all.
GuMiho's fourth base is done quicker than that of ByuN's. He's also going to find these Marines in the upper right. That's nice.
I don't know where you're running to exactly, guys, but see ya. Who needs combat shield after all? Not GuMiho, that's for sure.
Okay, now both players are going to have a southern expansion.
Yes, yes. Attacks along the bottom lane.
Oh man, this is going to be chaos.
Yep. This is what it's all about down here. Ooh, I don't know what that guy's trying to do.
Yeah, maybe mine the wall or something.
I guess. Sometimes they do like to do that.
Okay, sensor tower going up for GuMiho. It's a little late as ByuN moves south, but he runs into a random turret that GuMiho built that I did not notice.
Surprise! 125 to 103 supply in favor of GuMiho here. Combat shield has finally kicked in for this guy. He never actually needed it until now anyway.
Okay.
Here he goes, charging into a siege tank. One siege tank, not enough.
Yeah, this is a great play by GuMiho as ByuN's third is in trouble. And then he's got Marines pushing on the southern side too, so he's able to kill.
Phoenix has supported with 100 gems.
And it wipes out the third base entirely. ByuN comes up the backside and says, how about we fight it out here? There are medevacs for GuMiho, but they're getting sniped out by Vikings.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was not a bad fight at all for GuMiho, and he's actually up on army supplies still compared to ByuN. There's nothing really going for ByuN in this game right now. I mean, he's got a gold base that's getting established, but GuMiho's got a fifth already done, and yeah, ByuN, he's down to 3 bases right now. GuMiho's just going to try and take this fight. Anti-armor missile goes down, but it doesn't connect with all the Marines. And GuMiho is just pushing in. Tanks are dying. Base gets canceled.
Yeah, ByuN's in a lot of trouble now. He needs to get something done immediately, or he's just going to fall further and further behind here. Thanks for the 100 gems from Phoenix. What's up, dude? He's rooting for ByuN in this match, although GuMiho seems to have the upper hand right now.
Yeah,
by seems to, I mean he totally does.
Yeah, it's looking a little dicey for ByuN. We'll see if he can come back in this one or not. He's pulling the boys, but that is not a good situation, as it looks like GuMiho is not going down without a fight and will put another point on the board.
Yeah, definitely. GuMiho gets the GG and does pull within 3-2. Still down, but closer than he was 10 seconds ago. Nicely done. And dude just plays straight up. Doesn't go mech at all. Doesn't do weird proxy stuff. Just, you know, goes for that early attack. It gets some stuff done with it, but the mobility of the Marines fantastically helped him there for sure. Getting into that third base where ByuN did not see that attack coming, was not ready for it whatsoever. And then that just pulled ByuN apart. Big time. So we're on Frostline for the next map. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the support from from Phoenix for the gems here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Phoenix. As always, that money gets forwarded to the players. So yeah, just your continued support is really awesome, and I'm sure it means a lot to the players.
Without a doubt. All right, lobby created. Let's hop right on in there.
Yeah, these have been some great TVTs tonight.
Some really great ones. Some really fantastic 4-minute ones and some longer ones as well. So all TVT is appreciated here in the Soup Starcraft Global.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time we had a TVT was. Maybe not that long ago, but
I don't feel like so, no.
Mirror matchups in general are just a little bit more rare. We have that luxury with us being able to just pick what players we want to see. It's like, oh, which of the best StarCraft 2 Koreans do we want to invite to our tournament this week? It's a little bit spoiled.
A lot of it spoiled, I would say.
All right, and here we are in the bottom left, maybe sweating a bit. It's ByuN.
And in the top right, he's blue, looking sharp. GuMiho.
Gumi God. Ooh, ByuN proxying.
He's being the dirty one here.
Oh, how the turntables.
Let's see how GuMiho can hold a proxy.
Yeah, he's sending out an SCV, but is this to build it? No, he's actually scouting, it looks like, yeah. Or no, is it to build a Rex? Okay, no, it's...
Oh, GuMiho, what are we doing here, man?
Okay,
Come
it's just
on.
scouting. It's just scouting, yeah.
Come on. Or...
No, but
hear me out.
he's scouting the wrong way, unfortunately. He is sending it to ByuN's base, so he will get a slight heads up that this is coming. I'm talking like a minuscule heads up. If ByuN is planning on waiting for 2 Reapers anyway, GuMiho will come up. He'll see no supply depots on the high ground. Will he turn that SCV around right away? No, he sends it in, and the cat is out of the bag on this one. So
Yeah.
GuMiho...
Bunker? Nope, just quick factory. Fair enough. We want to be able to chase those Reapers around.
Yeah, I feel like bunkers aren't built as often as they used to be, trying to defend proxy Reapers, but I don't know. Okay, SCV's pre-pulled. Massively important when it comes to defending a Reaper proxy, because when it's 2 against 1, your boy needs some help.
Yes, SCVs are pulled into service here. Reminds me of Warcraft 3. Pulling the peasants to fight when the early attack comes.
Yeah, it's a bit more morbid when it's actually peasants, eh?
It's true, but at least they're given, like, swords and stuff.
Oh,
These guys are just fighting with their drills.
Oh no, GuMiho miss micros and loses the Reaper. He doesn't even get ByuN's Reaper. He's the dead man. GG.